Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Elfelt and I'm the developer of GISsurfer. Video 10 in this series showed how to take a series of screenshots that exactly adjoin and stitch them together into a large georeferenced image. That video used a base map built into GISsurfer that displays scanned images of the paper USGS topographic maps that are no longer being produced. This video will show how to make georeferenced images that show GIS data but do not have any base map. In other words, the georeferenced images will have a transparent background. Now the basics for screenshot mode were covered in video 10, so please watch that video before watching this one. Since I'm going to be taking some GISsurfer screenshots in this video, I need to have my browser in full screen mode. However, that is not the screen ratio that YouTube prefers. As a result, as you watch this video, you may see some black areas on the sides of your screen. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. The screen is now showing the default GISsurfer map. To make screenshots, I'm going to use one of the recreation map links that you can access from any GISsurfer map. Of course, you could make your own custom GISsurfer map, and I hope you do, that shows the GIS data that you want to see, and then use that map to take screenshots. I'm clicking the menu button and then clicking Recreation Maps, and I'm scrolling down here and I'm going to open up the map that shows an area of the Bureau of Land Management and some of the trails on that BLM land. This map right here, let's open up that. This map opens near Steens Mountain, Oregon, which is a popular BLM recreation area. I'm clicking the base map button to display the list of overlays, and I'm going to turn off the red shading that shows BLM land by clicking that right there. Also, I'm going to zoom in the map so the scale in the lower right corner shows 2,000 feet. I like to take screenshots at that zoom level. That will make a map that shows plenty of detail for backcountry travel, but depending on your needs, you might want to take screenshots at a different zoom level. Now notice that the green trails are on top of the recreation symbols. That makes some of these recreation symbols hard to see, so let's change that around by clicking the base map button to open up the overlay list again, and going to this layer right here, turning the recreation facility layer off, and then turning it back on. That makes that the top layer, so the recreation symbols now show on top of the trails. And since the screenshots I'm going to take in this video will not have any base map, I'm clicking the base map button, and I am selecting all white base map. Now the map on the screen right now does not have a transparent background. It has an all-white background. And that all-white background will be made transparent at a later step in the process I'm going to run through. With one exception, I'm going to use the same process described in video 10 to take a series of screenshots that are 2 across and 2 down. The only difference is that I'm going to save the screenshots as PNG files instead of JPEG files. In order to have a transparent background, PNG files must be used. For full details on the screenshot process, please see video 10 and/or the PDF tutorial on georeferencing. Note that if you use a Mac computer, then the steps I'm about to run through will not work for you. Instead, there are special instructions for Mac users in the PDF tutorial on georeferencing. To find a link to that PDF, open GISsurfer.com, click the big green menu button, then click Help and scroll down a bit. Now I'm going to start the screenshot process. To begin, I'm typing F11 3 times, once, twice, and there's a third time. Now I'm going to click the menu button and select Screenshot Mode. I am not using a touchscreen, so I'm going to answer the question no, and I'm going to say that I'm ready to take screenshots. So now I'm going to do Alt Print Screen to take the first screenshot, do Alt Tab to display the open programs I have right now, and I'm going to select Paint. There's Paint. This is the 2D version of Windows Paint. I'm going to paste the screenshot I just took. I'm going to do File, Save As a PNG right there. And I'm giving this the file name of 1_1 PNG. Save. Alt-Tab takes me back to the map, and I'm ready to press the right arrow key to shift the screen exactly one screen worth to the right, and now I'm ready to take the next screenshot. I paused the video while I took the other 3 screenshots. So now I have 4 screenshots in a grid, 2 across and 2 down. Again, if you need help taking screenshots that exactly adjoin, please watch video 10. The screen is now showing what you see when you get out of screenshot mode. Since I'm going to stitch the screenshots together, I'm clicking Georeference for stitching. That information is copied to the clipboard. Now I'm going to open up the text editor that I use and go right there where I have a new empty file, and I'm pasting in the information from the clipboard. Now I'm going back to the map, and I'm also going to save the KML syntax by clicking that button. The KML syntax is copied to the clipboard. Go back to my text editor, and I'm going to paste that information in right there. And I've got this information here that is in my note file twice, and I'm just going to delete that right there because I already have that information here. So I'll save the file again. Now I'm going to open up the version of Photoshop that I use. This is an older version of Photoshop called CS4, which was the last time you could simply buy Photoshop and own it outright. And now it's time to stitch the 4 screenshots together. As explained in video 10, since I took screenshots in a 2x2 grid and my screen size is 1280 by 1024, I'm going to make a new image that is 2560 by 2048. And instead of a white background, I want to have a background that is transparent. And we'll click OK. And there's my new empty image. The grid you see on the screen indicates the background is transparent. Now I'm going to open up the first PNG file and open up the first PNG file. I'm going to select all, edit, copy, go back to the new image where I'm going to paste everything together, edit, paste, and turn on drag. And I'm going to drag this image to where it goes in the upper left-hand corner of the composite image that I'm making. I paused recording while I copied and pasted in the other 3 PNG files. The screen now shows all 4 PNG files that are a single image here, and now I'm going to save this file as a PNG, save as. I'm going to go here and make this a PNG file right there, Steambound PNG, save, and I'm going to open the PNG file I just made. I have to open the PNG file because in this last step I'm going to make the white background transparent. Now I'm going to click Select and Color Range. The select box should show sampled colors. I'm setting the fuzziness to 20. Okay, it already is. And I'm going to go to any of the white areas on the screen, and I'm going to click with the eyedropper tool, and then I'm going to click OK. Now I have selected all of the white part of the image. And now I'm going to click Edit and Cut. All of the white part of the image has now been removed, and I see the grid pattern that indicates there's no background at all. The background for this image is now transparent. So I can click File, Save. I've now saved a PNG file that has the 4 screenshots stitched together and has a transparent background. The screen is again showing my text editor where I saved my notes. I showed in video 10 how to make a GISsurfer link to display georeferenced images, and also how you can host image files on Flickr. For this video, I simply uploaded the PNG file to my own server, and here is a GISsurfer link to display the georeferenced PNG file. Note that this map link has a data parameter right there, followed by a name that I made up, followed by the address of where the file resides on my server, and followed by the georeferenced data right there. So let's copy this map link, this GISsurfer map link, and open up the map, take a look at it. The screen now shows GISsurfer displaying the default USA base map. The red outline shows the area where the PNG file is being displayed with a transparent background. We can zoom in a little bit here, and we see the recreation symbols being displayed, the trails right there. Now I can change the base map to any other base map. Let's look at the Esri aerial right there, and we see the PNG data with the transparent background. So the aerial base map comes through. The PNG file ends where you see the red outline there. And zoom out a little bit. There's all of the PNG file you see on my screen now. We could look at any other base map. We could go to the Scan Topographic Maps. We could look at that one, see where the trails are on the old topographic map, all the different campgrounds along the way there. If I go back to the aerial base map, zoom out a little bit, go over here, zoom in a little bit, we can see that the data is accurately georeferenced because the trail on the PNG file matches up with the trail we see on the aerial. The stream we see here matches up with where the aerial shows that there's a stream. If we keep going all the way around the image, we'll see again that it matches up with all the features on the underlying aerial image. The screen is again showing the notes that I saved in my text editor software, and here's the KML syntax that I saved. And note that GISsurfer automatically included the georeferenced data in the KML file. For the last part of this video, I'm going to combine this KML syntax and the stitched together PNG image into a KMZ file, and then use Google Earth Pro to fly over that image in 3D. Start by copying the KML syntax and paste it into a new file so we can save it just as a KML. Save, and we'll give it a screen name of steensmountain.kml. Make that Steens. Now I'm going to delete that name tag. I tend not to use that. I'm going to put a name up here just to remind me what's in this file. Steens Mountain. Oops, let's make that Steens. And I need to paste in the address for where the file is hosted on my server. That's the PNG file. So we'll go back here and we'll grab the address right here. Copy that, paste that into my KML file in the href tag. Paste. Now my KML is done, so I'll save that. The screen now shows the Windows File Manager. To make the KMZ file, I'm going to select the KML file, and I'm also going to select the transparent PNG file right there. I'm going to right click and select Send to Compress File. And that gets me a file that ends with the extension zip. I'm going to change the file extension to KMZ and answer yes to that. The screen now shows Google Earth Pro. This is a free software that can run on PCs, Macs, and Linux. I'm going to do File, Open, and there's the KMZ file I just made, and I'm going to double click that. And the map will, Google Earth Pro will zoom in on that area, and now we see the data with the transparent background, so the Google Earth aerial is showing through. I can zoom in a little bit there, I can tilt the map back, let's zoom in this way. Okay, now I'm going to right click and just move my mouse around a little bit so we can zoom in a little bit more that way. We can pivot a little bit, zoom in a little bit more, can pivot back the other way, zoom in a little bit more, pivot around. Let's go up here and tilt that back like so. Zoom in, do the right click again, pan the map around. There's some deep canyons in here you can look at. I can waste a lot of time doing this. Alright, so that's an example of how you can make a PNG file with a transparent background that shows any GIS data that you can display with GISsurfer. You can look at your data with GISsurfer, with Google Earth Pro, or with any other software that can display a georeferenced image. If you think that flying around like this with Google Earth Pro is kind of cool, then you could do a search on something like Google Earth Pro Tour Tutorial, and you will learn how you can display your data with Google Earth Pro and have an automated fly-through that anybody can use and follow along. The screen is now showing the PDF tutorial I made for GISsurfer's screenshot feature. This file has links to additional KMZ files I made that you can open in Google Earth Pro or using any other software that supports KMZ files that contain georeferenced images. For other examples of georeferenced PNG files with a transparent background, jump down to the section that's highlighted on your screen. I'm going to do that by going over here and clicking on the page number. I made stitched together PNG files that together cover all of Ventura County, California. You can download one KMZ file that contains all of those PNG images with this link right here. I also made 3 smaller KMZ files that each cover about 1/3 of Ventura County. Also, I made another set of KMZ files that do not have a transparent background, but instead have a background that is the scanned USGS paper topographic maps that aren't being made any longer. And again, you can download one KMZ file that covers all of Ventura County, or you can download one of the smaller KMZ files that each covers about 1/3 of the county. You can download any of these KMZ files, open them in Google Earth Pro, and fly around in 3D. This is the end of the video showing you how to make georeferenced images that have a transparent background. In addition to this video, there's also a PDF file with detailed instructions for using GISsurfer to make georeferenced images. You can find that PDF file as well as others by going to the GISsurfer homepage, georeferenced.com, click the big green menu button, and go to the help page. You can always find my contact information and links to my various projects by visiting the Mapping Support project page, mappingsupport.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you find GISsurfer to be useful.